Hi guys, welcome to Creatively Homemade. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you stopped by. My name is Jennifer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I love to share fun and creative paper crafting projects with you. So today I have a fun one. I am sharing how to make these hot cocoa bath salt thank you favors. These would be great as a thank you gift to thank people for coming to your wedding or your wedding shower or your party of any sort. It's so cute and so easy to make. I am using the Petal Palette stamp set and the coordinating dies to make these. There's the Petals and More die set that goes along with this stamp set. I've been featuring this stamp set all week long, so I also have a video up for a scrapbooking page that uses it and also a handmade card. So you'll want to check on my other videos and check that out as well. So let's get started and I will show you how easy it is to put these favors together. So you want to start by finding your jars. I got these cute little jars at Hobby Lobby. They have a glassware section, mason jars, things like that, and I found these there. I think they were like $1.50 a piece. You could also use little mini mason jars. Anything that holds about a cup will work well as a favor. And then you want to fill that with your favorite bath salt recipe. Now I'm going to give you my hot cocoa bath salt recipe, but you can use anything you like. This recipe is simply a 1/4 cup baking soda, a 1/4 cup Epsom salt, a 1/4 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, and a 1/4 cup powdered milk. The cocoa powder is full of antioxidants which help your skin. The powdered milk helps moisturize and the salts help soften your skin, so it's a great thing to add to your bath water. But like I said, for these favors you can use whatever bath salt recipe you like to fill these. The next thing you want to do is cut some of your paper for your embellishments for your jars. I've got 2 strips that are each 3 inches by 1 inch. You need a solid colored cardstock and you need some of the Petal Passion Designer Series paper. I am using Pink Pirouette, but you can use whatever color matches your theme of your party or your celebration. And then you want to take both of those strips and put them the end in the triple banner punch. Actually, I think it's Banner Triple Punch is the name of it. I always get that mixed up. And punch the end to make a little banner out of it. And do that for both the cardstock and the Designer Series paper. Then the only other piece of paper you're going to need to cut is a 2-inch circle, or whatever size circle matches the top of your lid for your little mini mason jar. You can use a circle punch for that, or the layering circles die set. That has a bunch of different sizes of circles, so you should be able to find a size that will fit your top of your mason jar. But if you get these little jars from Hobby Lobby, the 2-inch circle die will work perfectly for that. Next, you want to punch a hole on the end of those banners so that you can hang them from your ribbon. So just insert that in your standard size hole punch. And try to center it. Give it a punch, just like that. Now we're going to do some stamping. So you're going to need a scrap of Whisper White cardstock and you're going to need that pink banner that you just punched a hole in. And we're using the Petal Palette stamp set. I'm using this little flower right there. And I'm also going to use the thank you stamp. So I've got those added to blocks. Now this flower image we're going to be coloring in, so you need to use an archival quality ink so that it won't run when you color it with the Stampin' Blend markers. So just stamp that on your scrap and then ink up the thank you stamp. And stamp that on the banner, just like that. The next thing we're going to do is color in that flower image using Stampin' Blend markers. These are alcohol markers similar to the Copics, and they have 2 different shades per color so that you can do some blending and give it a really realistic shading look. So I'm going to start with the dark old olive, and I'm just going to add some dark accents to each leaf. And then I want to go back and color the rest of the image in with the lighter old olive stamp or marker. And then go over it all to just kind of blend it together. And if you can see right there, I kind of colored outside of the lines a little bit. Well, Stampin' Up! Has a color lifter marker that is wonderful. If you color outside the lines, you can go over the area that you want to erase with this color lifter marker, and it really lightens it and makes it so it's not even visible. It's so cool. So there, I fixed it. And then I'm going to color the flowers in with pink Pirouette. So I'm just grabbing the darker color first. So I can give that darker shaded look. Just a few little accents. And then take the lighter colored pen and color the whole image. I like to go in a circular motion. That helps everything all blend together. Just like that. Such a pretty image. Now this Petal Palette stamp set has a coordinating die set, the Petals and More die set. I like to store my dies that coordinate with the stamp sets right in with the stamps, makes it a little bit easier. So this is the die that cuts out this image. So you want to line that up around the stamped image and then run it through your die cut machine. I'm not going to drag my die cut machine out just for this. So I have one that is already finished that I can use to assemble this favor. Now while you have your markers out, one other thing you can do is use your markers to color ribbon. If you know, not all ribbons are available in every color. If you get a white or very vanilla color ribbon, you can color it with these Stampin' Blend markers, and then you can have ribbon in any color you like. So this particular ribbon is gold metallic edge ribbon. It's about a 1/2 inch in width, and that's what I'm going to use for the bow on our favors. But since I want it to kind of match the flower, I'm going to color that in with the pink marker. And you're going to need about a 9-inch length. As with any other coloring you do with these Stampin' Blend markers, you're going to want to put something down to protect your work surface because this will bleed through. So I'm just going to finish coloring that length of ribbon, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm finished. So here's that finished ribbon after you let it dry for a little bit. That color soaks through to both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you use. Super pretty, and this is such a great way to have ribbon in any color you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and tie that into a little bow. I'm using my bow maker that I showed in another video. If you would like to see that, I can link that down in the description box below. It's just an easy way to just create a little bow embellishment. So there's the bow I'm going to be using on the side of that little mini mason jar. I'm just going to give those ends a trim. So they're about an inch or so. And there will be the little bow that I'm using. To put this all together, you're going to need a hot glue gun. That works easiest. So I've got mine heating up. I've got all the little pieces we've cut, the circle for the top, the 2 tags, the little stamped flower that we colored, and the ribbon that we colored in and tied into a bow. You're also going to need some linen thread and some very vanilla lace to run around the top of your jar lid. So the first thing you want to do is cut a short little length of your linen thread, maybe 6 inches or so, and put your 2 little banner tags on there with the thank you on top. And you're going to tie that around your lace, just to hold it in place. We're going to hot glue the lace to the top of the jar lid, but I want this ribbon or this little tag to hang off of that. So the easiest way to do that is just to tie that directly onto the lace before you glue it onto the lid. So just tie it in a little knot and then trim the ends fairly short. So let's get started gluing our lace around the top of the jar. Add a dollop of hot glue and press the lace into place. Be careful because it is going to be, you know, seep through that lace. And then I just put some hot glue every so often. You don't have to do it around the entire lid. Just, you know, put a dollop every couple of inches to help hold things in place. And continue running that around the top of your jar until you meet in the back. And then you want to overlap it a little bit and then cut off the excess. So I'm going there, right about there is where it's going to overlap, and I'm just going to press that in place just like that. So you've got this really pretty lace trim all the way around the top. Then you want the banners at an angle to each other. And if they won't stay out like that naturally, if they want to go back together, you can put a little dab of hot glue or a mini glue dot right there at the top to help them stick together at an angle like that. The next thing you want to do is put some hot glue on the top of your lid and press the little designer series circle in place. The next thing you want to do is add your little flower embellishment to the top of the lid. I recommend using mini Stampin' Dimensionals for that so it pops up a little bit and doesn't blend into the background, especially if you're using a lighter color like I did. That may not be necessary if you use, you know, like Rich Razzleberry or the Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blends, but since I'm using Pink Pirouette, it really kind of blends into that background and is harder to see. So I'm just going to add these Stampin' Dimensionals so that it pops up a little bit. And just peel the adhesive back off of those. Oops, that last one does not want to come off. There we go. And then pop that right into place, just like so. The very last thing you need to do is to hot glue that little bow right in place above those tags. So I'm just adding a little dollop of glue right there and pressing that bow into place, just like that. So here is that finished hot cocoa favor. So beautiful, and it was so easy to put together. It would be great to give out as a thank you favor for birthdays or wedding showers or any sort of celebration. If you're interested in making these, I have complete written directions including all the dimensions for the pieces on my blog at creativelyhomemade.com. And if you check out the text below this video, just click on Show More. I have a complete supply list with everything I use so that you can get more information or purchase those items. Now, as a reminder, if you purchase the Petal Palette stamp set that I used and the corresponding die set, the Petals and More die set, if you purchase those as a bundle, you save 10%. It's always good to save money, right? And also, if you purchase that set and use the monthly host code, That would entitle you to my free gift. I give a free gift out every month. This month it is the Petal Pair Embossing Folder Set. It's a set of these two little mini embossing folders. One design is a floral and the other design is like a leafy vine design. So really pretty and great to use on cards and all sorts of crafts. And also this purchase would qualify you for a celebration gift directly from Stampin' Up. You get a gift of your choice for every $50 that you spend from Stampin' Up from now until March 31st. So I hope you've enjoyed this little hot cocoa bath salts favor and it has inspired you to do some crafting. If you like this tutorial, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And if you would like to see more of my tutorials, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Happy crafting!